So you can pay almost close in total prices. You can pay almost $500,000 in total prices, total payout. And that's a good payout. Somebody walk out of here with 100,000 or 40,000. That's a good payout. You know, it's good. It's good to invest $500 and win 40 grand. Let's say 40 grand. You know,
something new every day. Whole lot of Westmont Performance.
Hey, we learn something new every day, man. We woke up to learn a lot today, you know what I'm saying? We seen a whole bunch of birds, over 1,400 birds in condition right now, you know what I'm saying? They flying all over. We learning the program, we learning how to do races, we learning how to condition birds. Subscribe to the channel, Westmont Performance, 30Rich YouTube channel. Make sure you stay in tune with what's going on. This is the best of the best from the east to the west.
Yeah, that's me. I won the Big Andy race a couple of years back. That was that year. I won the Paul Daniel, the franchise.
Yeah.
I won first place, and then about a month later, I won the Big Andy's race.
Oh, damn.
Like back to back, it was like over $100,000.
Oh, that's good money.
On the winner. So I said, you know what? Let me put this to work. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
that's when I bought all this, and then I got into the, because I've been wanting to do a one-loft race for a long time.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to handle one-loft races. It's not an easy task, man, but
it's crazy. Like how hard is it for you to do that? Like how much time did it take you to be able to orchestrate that?
To run this?
Yeah.
That's like 7 days a week, every day. I mean.
Is it worth it as far as the money you charging?
Huh?
The money you charging to get in your race, is it worth it? Like after the end, do you see it through?
What's going on, baby?
OG, double OG, triple OG.
Straight black.
Johnny.
Nice to meet you, Johnny. What's going on?
Straight
Black. Nice to meet you.
It is worth it. At the end, it is. I mean, I think where the race is right now, it is, because there's races out there that they're not that many birds in the race, and you know it's still kind of like the same work. The only difference is that you're not dealing with that many birds. But I mean, it is worth it. Or else I wouldn't do it. You know. But I love the pigeon side too. The side of the pigeons too. You know, I love the birds too. You know, so it does make a different on that, you know. So
yeah. So you back here a lot. You back. It's hours back here a day.
Yeah. I mean, I'm out here like almost the whole day until 8, 9.
But it's more because running the race, not because you're actual birds, right?
Yeah. Right. Just taking care. Like right now, we're in the training process, so that's why you see the truck and the trailer over there hooked up to it. Yeah. I got them up to about 51 miles.
You can take them right now?
No, not today. Yeah. No, not today, because today look at how it is. It's kind of nasty, and then we're fixing to get a cold front coming through, and it's gonna be cold and it's gonna be nasty tomorrow. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna chill out because I went 3 days in a row, and so then, I'm just gonna fly them here today. If
you take them on a day like this, I got a question. Would it make it a better bird if it can get home back like in these conditions, or would it make it to where it's like it's not good to even fuck with it?
It doesn't matter because we're at 50 miles, so it's just basically a train toss, and then at this point, I wouldn't say that it's gonna make them a better bird or not, but I just don't want to risk them in that type of weather conditions.
If it was your birds by
because
itself?
sometimes, you know, when it's like this year, cloudy and foggy and stuff like that, they hit wires. I mean, it's a big flock of birds. I got over 1,400 birds in there.
Right.
Yeah. So when you let them out, you know, sometimes they can get injured, and that's why. But right now is, like I said, it's just training process right now, and they're learning at the same time. And so, me taking them in the conditions like this, it might might hurt them instead of doing them benefiting.
Age-wise, how old are they? Between what and what age?
People start sending me birds over here March 1st. Okay. So everything, some of them are born probably like in the beginning of the year. Yeah. So
7 months, 8 months.
Well,
10 months.
More. We're already in October. Yeah. So 10th. Yeah, 10th. And some of them they're hatching in December. Because people send them old, you know, like at the beginning of the year. But they have to wait till March 1st to start sending them.
Okay.
Yeah, but doesn't mean that they had them in the loft for like 2-3 months.
So you do this twice a year or once a year? How many times a year do you do the race?
Once a year.
Yeah. Can you do it more?
Nah.
That's too much?
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some people do. I run a young bird race, so it's basically the race is run in the same year. Some people do yearlings. So yearlings means that they go from one year to the other.
Yeah.
So they have more time with the birds. But
Right.
I don't like that kind of stuff because then you don't get no little time for your family and yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
that makes sense.
So once I'm done with this in December,
Yeah.
I'll send them back to the breeders,
Yeah.
and then I'll have some time to get all my paperwork done, to get everything done, tax and all this stuff. You know,
Yeah.
I have from January all the way until March, and
Makes
then
sense.
also family time and stuff like that. Because man, this will burn you. The yearling race, people start taking them in March, April, and then they have the race the next year around that time. You know,
Yeah.
so it's year round. So.
He's speaking from the person that's throwing the race, not the breeder. But he's speaking.
No,
from,
not the breeder. I'm actually the breeder too.
Yeah, that's
because
crazy.
I send out birds too.
How many birds do you put in your own race?
No, I don't. There's no birds in there. For me,
Why it's biased?
it's against the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot
Oh, because
participate in my own race.
Because your birds could be training.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
No.
I see what you're saying.
That's not. I can't even breed them and give them to you for you to put them there. It's just don't fly.
So your genetics like really ain't in this race.
It is. Well, let me take that back and let me make that clear too. There's people that purchase birds from me, they breed them,
Yeah.
and they send them over to the race.
Right.
Now that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay because they're doing their own breeding. Like last year, we had a guy that won first place at the 400-mile race,
Yeah.
and the mother to that bird bred the bird,
Yeah.
but then he was the breeder. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But nothing that is born in this property goes in there.
How much
Nothing.
did he win last year?
Who? The guy?
Yeah.
It was optional race, and it was 3 birds on the drop, so they all split 10,000. I mean 30,000, so 10,000 each.
Okay.
Yeah. So
How long do you let them out for?
in the mornings, we only fly them in the mornings. We feed them once a day, and sometimes we give them a little snack in the afternoon. But in the morning, they fly. When they fly here, they fly for an hour and 20, hour and 30 minutes.
Is it hard to get 1,400 birds back in?
Oh, you'll see it in a little bit when my brother will come out here and he'll start flagging them. He'll get up on the roof and we'll start flagging them. And
That's crazy.
yeah, but we got to let this little ground
Smoke
fog
off.
just kind of burn off a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, they'll fly real low and then they'll hit wire power lines and stuff like that, you know. But I mean, it's a cool sight just to see that many birds. And when I started out, I had about 1,700 birds. But you know, we
The
started.
race?
Yeah, here.
What?
This year I took about 1,700, 1,730.
How much is the into your race?
It's 150 perch feet, and then if you put a team of
Bird.
yeah, team of birds, but it's six birds. If you pay for 5, you get an extra free. So basically 750 for 6 birds.
That's good.
Yeah, and then activation is $350
Each bird.
each bird
After training?
after the 100-mile race. Yeah.
Even that 6 bird, the extra bird, it'd be
Yeah, you have to
300.
activate. If you still got 6 by the
You
activation
get to
time,
choose the one. You get to choose the one. you activate.
No. You have to activate them all.
You do?
Yes. Like
What you mean by activate?
whatever you have left after the 100-mile, you are in charge to activate all of them or none.
Or you saying after the training?
Oh, you playing ball. You making sure you make.
No, you have to, yeah, and it's in the rules. And then there's a lot of races like that out there, so you got to read the rules.
Yeah.
Because if you activate, you can't
say
just pick.
activate,
You can't say, okay, I'm gonna pick this one and not activate the rest.
So like, I mean, Otto was telling me, he was talking about Victoria Falls. He was like, he kind of used the training to dictate which one he activate. But I could see you as a racer like not letting that happen. Like, no, you gotta
Nah,
activate
here-
all of them or none of them.
Here in the state,
It
it's
make
like
more
that.
sense like that.
Yeah.
For
yeah,
you,
yeah.
for
You
sure.
got to back up your team, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So even if you got a slacker in there that can't even fly, but he made the 100-mile activation, you still got to activate him, even
You
if he
talking about
came in
making
late.
past the training?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And we kind of like, but if you come up to me and say, you know what, I have a situation, I can't activate my birds. That's fine. I can go ahead and sell them to somebody else. But then now they become property of somebody else.
So now, if the
So you
bird
lose your
win,
birds
you
too.
Lose your bird. Yeah. That's how.
So that's what I'm saying. You got to back up your birds all the way through.
Yeah. I see what
Yeah.
you're saying.
And after we have the final race, which is 354 miles, then we'll have an optional race. And then that's another activation right there.
Let me ask you a question. Since you've been having this race, what genetics have been performing? So I know what to say.
Last year, just because remember, this is my 2nd year into it. Last year was my 1st year, and basically a lot of people just saying bird over here kind of blindfold because they didn't know what kind of speed we were gonna have, how tough the race was going to be.
Right.
So anyway, at the end, everything turned out to be pretty. All the races pretty even on speed. Like pretty much the same
Yards
speed.
per minute, how much?
Huh?
How many yards per minute?
About 1,300 yards.
Kind of hard race.
Working race.
Yeah.
Pigeon race.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Real race.
Okay, a real race,
Yeah,
pigeon race.
a real
They
race.
really worked on their own.
Yeah.
So just going back to that subject, Aztec had about, he had a lot of he had the Kittle and Kittle, best Kittle.
Big
Cross.
Indian Greek connection too.
Yeah, they had Porch, blood was in it. And,
I got some of the birds.
Yeah, even on average speed, they were on top. No, Aztec had
From Angelina, huh? From Big Andy?
the Angelina stuff did really good.
Yeah.
That Angelina, the kiddo stuff.
That's
yeah.
what shit I got.
Yeah, that stuff is good. That stuff is good. Yeah, I got a daughter. He's an Angelina daughter.
I heard.
Yeah.
I know what's going on.
So I got some birds off of her out there in the race. Too.
Yeah.
So what else? There was some other genetics. I mean, there was some other blood in there that did really good. It was a Asian guy that sent me 3 birds last year, and man, he was on the first drop at the final, and he was the average speed winner.
Tell me this. Do you guys have an auction for the birds after the race?
Not yet. The race.
So they get their birds back?
Yeah, they get the birds back now. They get the birds back.
See, I want to be able to buy their bird.
But this bird, this race is gonna be set up in the Fisher
The auction.
to auction.
How long?
How long till
Auction.
start doing that?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a matter of working it out.
Yeah.
We got some people that got to work it out with.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be auction here in the States.
Like people auction. Like you could
people
put,
auction.
You could be like how we got Big Andy's. It's on people. You can put
We
yours on
all,
there.
we all working into that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's going that way.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah,
I
it just
see.
But for right now, I mean, it just.
Well, they lucky they get their birds back, cause I be mad that my bird win. I gotta buy it back. So your race, if we send a bird here, we know we're gonna get a bird back.
Yeah.
That's the cool part.
Yeah, bro. Right now it is, yes. Until
We need to
we turn that.
we need to use
but
that
remember,
against
we
our
don't
advantage.
change anything. We don't change anything until the whole year finish, and then we'll do our rules all over again at the beginning before people start sending in birds. So that
Make
way
it-
they know
What's going on?
what's going on
Right.
before they send their birds.
Yeah.
About everybody agrees to it.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll do. But yeah, we're gonna be set up like that too. A lot of people has asked me about it. Why don't you guys, auction the bird? Some people don't like it, but some people love it.
No, like for me, if I was sending my birds, like I would want to keep my birds back. For me, like me buying birds, I want to see you have auction because I could buy. You can't. They can't dictate the price of their bird.
Yeah.
So if the bird go for $2,000, but it's a $7,000 bird, I win.
That's the reason I'm sending out to the international races right now. Like the one, like Pattaya. That's a really good international race. I don't care what anybody says, but to me that's like one of the best right now.
In Thailand.
Thailand, yeah.
that's right.
So I got 6 birds over there right now. They're already training. Victoria Fall, I never done it before. I never got into it.
Ain't that the biggest one?
No, nah. Pattaya took this past year took 9,400 birds.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, not only that, they still got about 8,000 some plus, 8,000 plus birds left, Yeah, but they're on the road training. But Victoria Fall has grown a lot, and like I said, I never tried it, so I sent 4 pigeons just to try it out.
How do you feel about Africa Pro?
I think it's gonna be a good one. I think it's gonna be one of those good ones. It's not there yet, it's new. It's a lot of people involved.
How do you feel like the South Africans winning majority of the major places in Africa? Victoria Falls is also in Africa, but the Africans don't dominate the top 10 on that race.
Right now we have a race here in the state that is in Miami, Florida. You ought to go check it out too.
Yeah.
It's a Cuban guy, just like me. I'm Cuban too.
Yeah.
So he took in like 40-some hundred birds this year, like 4,800 or whatever. It's like one of the biggest number now in the United States in that race. And going back to that, most of the winners they're kind of local flyers, local people that within the area. So to tell you that in some places you're gonna have a lot of the local guys do the best in the race.
The bird is already familiar.
Yeah,
with
the
area.
birds are already kind of like they're already, the genetic of the bird is already set up to raise in that particular
You don't
area.
think it has something to do with the quarantine process and the birds being
Could be. Could be that, but you know what? I sent my birds a couple of weeks ago, and they already in Victoria Falls. So I don't know if it has not something to do with the
No,
quarantine because they're
Africa
already
Pro
there.
has a different process than Victoria Falls.
It does.
For sure, it's different. I think it's ran by different people.
Yeah, no, they are. They are
Yeah,
different. Yeah,
yeah.
Victoria Falls and African Pros they ain't nothing to do with each
Yeah,
other.
I think it's, I don't know, but I think it's the quarantine process. Like the birds they not down there long enough. Like them birds in Africa, they got them birds the whole time, you know? These birds gotta sit in quarantine, they gotta, you know? It's a long process before they can even get the race.
How long do they quarantine for the African?
I don't even know. I really don't know.
Yeah, I haven't really checked into that race to know exactly
The
what it
first year
takes.
was last year.
Yeah.
The first year was last year. So it's a new race, but it's a big money race though. They put like $2
Oh
million.
yeah. It's a big entry. So
it's-
right now it's like a
10,000.
high roller right now.
$1,000 a bird, you can only put 10 birds in, right?
There's 10 bands.
10,000?
For 15,000.
15,000 for 15 birds?
I
Gotta
think it's
activate
less
them or
birds.
something.
Yeah, but at the end it costs you like 15 grand.
For 15 birds?
Yeah, or less than 15 birds. So yeah. But
Huh?
here in the States, I really got into.
I got 2.5 million. You went
I've
first
been a
place.
pigeon
Where's
flyer
this money
in
going?
Houston
I need $1 million. I won.
since 2000.
But don't they pay out like the first 100 birds?
2001. So I've been many years. I've been racing here
Africa
locally.
Pro.
What got you into doing it?
When I was little, man.
No,
when I
it's
was
top
born
100. I
in
just
Cuba,
seen
and
I seen Mike Gannis.
I moved
They
over
were
to
showing
the
the top
state when
100
I was
birds.
14.
That's Houston.
I think it's top 100 birds. After.
No,
You
they're
go to the
gonna
state when
build
you
that
was
race
14,
pretty nice, man.
and you
It's
start
gonna be-
researching
it's
who
gonna
do
be
it around here.
Yeah, I think I had pigeons over there when I was little.
We were supposed
So
to
you
me and him
sent
supposed to
you
fly
sent
out there.
some
We missed
pigeons
it.
from
We
there
gonna fly
to
next
here,
year.
or
No. I moved over here. You know, I went to high school.
Ken
I
Easy
did all
was
that,
going,
so
and we
and
had
graduated
Ken
and all
Easy
that,
told
and
us
then I
like we
moved down to Houston.
Like,
I lived in the
gonna
state of
go, but
Washington
it was like the timing was fucked
for
up.
4 years, and
Ken
then I
Easy,
moved
that's
down
my
to Houston in
brother.
1999,
That's my
and then
brother.
I started looking for pigeons.
you
and,
sending some birds to the
people
Africa
that had
Pro?
birds,
Yes, sir.
and I found some birds I just local here,
I
and then
thought
I
about
found
doing it
clubs,
this year, but like I
and
said,
then
I'm
that's
gonna
how
let
it
it
got
go.
me
I'ma let it-
back into it.
So how was it when you was going
I
to
just-
school
I just
telling
wanna
your
see how it
friends that
turned out,
you
you know what
know
I'm
race
saying?
pigeons and talk
You know,
about
I wouldn't talk about it like in high school.
let it go
for a couple of years, and really it was like a different
what
world.
the
Nobody
hell
knew about it.
is.
Yeah, nobody knew about it. I wish I did because I had a coach there. Because at the time that it was a pigeon flyer, and I never knew that. And so when I moved here, I started looking through the books, the AU membership book, and I found his name and I called him. And I, all that time that I lived over there, I never knew that he had pigeons.
But
I probably would have stayed over there.
He remembered you?
Pretty much in the world,
Yeah,
when I called him,
You sending birds there? So right now you doing training for your race. How did you
Right now I'm
Bird of mine
basically
over there,
a loft manager.
1 year, I think he
so
scored
I train
67
pigeon
at the final.
for. I got pigeon here from the Black Gold. We got pigeon here from
just
Canada,
in
from the United States, of
what they
course,
call
and then
the
we
hot
got pigeon
spots,
from Mexico.
which is where
So
they pay the cars
all
and
those
stuff
three
like that.
countries.
How long they been
The
here?
money and stuff like that, but
Since
never won
March.
the race or anything.
What's that, 6 months, 7 months to get paid?
Yeah, they got paid. That was like the first 100 places.
Most of the majority of those birds, they young or older.
It was actually I bred the
They're
bird for
young, but
somebody.
they're already.
But it was
They're older now, but I'm saying when they sent them, what they was about. How old was that?
They were, I say maybe about a couple of months, anywhere from 2
2 to 3 months.
Yeah,
4 months max.
yeah. But they were all 2022 hatch.
So now they about a year old. Little bit
Kind
older.
of. Nah, they're about 10 months.
Okay.
Yeah,
They're
'cause
strong.
Huh?
They're strong.
Oh yeah, wait till you see them. They look like old pigeons.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're already all molted out, beautiful looking birds. They're. Hey, no los suelta todavía, ¿oíste? No. So yeah, they look mature.
How long did it take you? I know you've been fucking with pigeons for a long time. How long did it take you to understand how to run a race? Like how to orchestrate the race?
Well, my whole base structure comes from club racing. So basically, I already knew how to handle pigeons, how to fly birds. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing this club racing for many, which like I told you before, I love to race here locally. They're racing right now. I'm jealous, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not doing it.
It's not the same amount of money as the one-off sport, right?
No, it's not.
But it's hobby.
But it's more like
Cool
a
competition.
competition.
Yeah.
Like calling each other, hey, what time you
your
got
ass
on this?
yesterday.
Yeah.
Right.
So that right there, I missed that.
Yeah.
Where the one-loft race 10, I'm just basically training birds for everybody's and getting them down the road, and they just come back home. I mean, it's the same thing over and over and over. daily.
Yeah.
So racing in the club, to me, that's what I love the most, because I can go take my birds to train, and then at the same time, train them. I got to prepare them birds to beat you.
Yeah.
That's the thing. This here, I just got them prepare them to come back, to return home.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just got to give them enough fuel to come back home. The ones that I train for the club racing, I got to train them to beat you.
Right.
Yeah.
Whether the wind is in my favor, whether the wind is against me, I still gotta, you know.
So the way you train one-loft birds not the same when you raise club
It's
birds.
not quite the same. It's a little different, but because when I train the club birds, I train them twice a day. I go on the road and I loft fly them in the evening.
Yeah.
So that's twice a day training. So I really beat them. I beat them down to get the best out of them.
Yeah.
You know, while this, they just train once a day. They get fed. They stay there. They chill. They relax. They take a bath until the next day.
What's the difference between your club results and your one-off results? You personally racing, you do better. Have you done better in club?
Well, that's the thing. Here in the city, I won everything over the years. I won everything, every category that you can think of.
Yeah.
I've been first place. I even got at the national, at the EU national races. I've been in the Hall of Fame. I've been in the national ace pigeons. I mean, I won every category here, locally racing,
Club.
and against the other AU members in the AU.
When you took it up to one-loft, was it the same?
It wasn't because the amount of bird, but your background, your base, everything is the same.
Right.
You know, you basically know how to take care of birds, but you're dealing with a lot more birds, and you're dealing with a lot of different genetics. That's a big difference.
Better birds in one-off?
Huh?
Better birds in one-off?
I put it this way. I think there is better birds in the one loft, but for that particular job, for the one loft race job, for that.
Right.
When you fly in the club, I feel that the genetic of my birds, I can do with them whatever I want. Like I can beat them down. I can take them down, and they can hit rain on the way, and they still come back home.
Right.
Can
This
you train
guy
one-off
right here,
birds to do that?
No, if you do that, you might lose half of them.
Right, because they might not come back to where they got to go to.
To me, it's different genetics in there than the one that you have in your own loft that you've been racing for many years.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so these are birds that, like I said, you beat them down week after week and days after days, and you get them to do stuff like that.
Question: have you sent your club birds to one-loft races?
I have, and because they don't get trained enough, they don't perform. That's why the genetics is different.
I see what you're saying. So, yeah, I see what you're saying.
A lot of them do good, but they do good in the one loft race where people train similar to what I do.
Like similar to club training.
Yeah, where people that beat them down.
But the one-loft bird races can't go to the club races and perform?
They can. I mean, vice versa. I mean, it all comes down to a good pigeon.
Right.
And a good bird is going to be good whether you fly in the club or whether you do it in the one loft race. But I'm just saying that there is some genetics that you got to work them harder to get the best out of them.
So
they don't get that at the one loft race. That's where the difference is.
So these pigeons can be rehomed from club racing to being sent off to somebody else and get trained by somebody else?
When they're baby, you can send them to any. Now rehoming them, it's not really a no.
Like they homing skills, you know what I mean?
No, like if I fly them
races. Once they race, they not racing again. It's
They're not racing again.
Okay, so I'm saying like if you train, so the ones you send off for one loft racing, you can train them first though, like
you saying can you use these birds to train and do a race and then send them to another race? That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, you
they'll
can't do that.
Be too old.
Exactly.
They'll be too old.
Once
Trying to get some birds from here from the black gold race to send over to South Africa.
Right.
That's not gonna work.
Okay.
I don't recommend that. Yeah, it's better to send them in that stage where they're still babies, they're still young, and then they're kind of home to that area.
Exactly.
And then that loft. So, but I'll tell you what I can do, and it does work. I can get birds from the black gold race, bring them here to my loft once it's done, and fly them into the club race. And they still, some of them birds that don't good there, they don't do good right there at the black gold race. I bring them here, and they become better pigeons at the club.
Because they already been home to the property.
Yeah, but the property isn't there in the same property. All they changing is loft.
Yeah.
And they get used to it. When they can't go over there, they can't trap in the big loft.
They trap right here.
They'll come over here and they trap in, and that's it. They don't ever go back over there.
So that makes but
they're in the same property.
Yeah.
So they're
I
flying
understand
actually
it.
to the same house.
Yeah, so
Always.
they home to the
Because
same
I-
place. The black gold birds already had training because they already had race before you put them in the club. Like,
Yeah, they had all that experience, yeah.
so is that could be?
They kind of help out, yeah. The only difference was that I was training the black gold birds over here, north, straight north, and then the race for the clubs were northeast. So they had to fly from a different course. That was different, but they had all that experience from flying there up to 400 miles. So, I mean, that experience is in them. But that tells you that sometimes a pigeon may not do good in the one loft race, and when you take them to the club, they're explosive and they win and they're jumping birds and they do something else. And you're like, I would have just killed that.
The 150-mile bird is a different bird between the 400-mile bird. Or you believe that the 150-mile could do the 400-mile? Different genetics.
No, it is different genetics. I do believe that there are some pigeons that might do all around. They do all the distance, and they're good at all the distance. Yeah. But I think you got some sprint pigeons, and then you got some longer distance pigeons. Because that's where in Belgium they concentrate on the really long distance pigeons, and then they have like the kiddos and best kiddos stuff where it's a sprint bird, but doesn't mean that you can cross those birds to get them to fly the 350 to 400 miles.
Right.
Yeah, because right now the pigeon that I call little Belgian Queen, it was a bird that I bred and I sent over to Big Andy, but not the one loft race. I sent them over to Spring Hill for them to fly in the club, and that's #1 in the country right now. I bred that bird. It's on the AU. It's National Lace Pigeon right now, first place in the country.
At an all club?
It won. She was best bird of the year in Spring Hill, Florida, and then her she scored in the AU. Her unit rate was the lowest unit rate in years, so she's #1 ace pigeon.
Your bird?
Yeah.
You a seller?
No, we sold it already.
How much?
It sold for 15 grand.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much did she win you?
No, that was club racing.
Club racing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was club racing,
Wait,
but
it was easy to sell her?
it was easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was easy.
Yeah, any birds, and that's what when I started this, I started with club racing, so I wasn't always one loft race
So the
guy.
club racing is just for the sport. It's not for money.
It's a sport, but it's a little money in it. I mean, not like this, but it's a little money in it because we still run in the clubs. We run auction race, where you get paid if you win. They do band race. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the difference is that in the club, you just gotta love the club racing. That's gotta be in you.
You gotta do what you do for that.
Yeah, because you got
time to
the time. I mean, it's several things to do that. It's several things that is different than this.
For you to learn your genetics.
You need to concentrate on one loft where the money at.
Yeah, if you wanna concentrate on where the money is the one loft race. Yeah, the club is more like bragging rights.
Like in 30 years, you might fuck with the club race. You know some player shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right now, we
and
bad.
it takes a different type of person to do the club race too, man. Like I said, you got to put a lot to get very little out of it. You know, because I mean, there's more training. There's more. I mean, it's a lot of everything more. And this right here, you just breed them. When they're 45 days old or 2 months old, you send them off. You don't have to do nothing else. You pay your entries, and that's it. You just watch it to see if you win when they're having the races. But the club, you're there with the birds. Like I'm here now with these birds. You're training for like 6-7 months. You're getting them ready for just 2, maybe 8 weekends of racing. So you're preparing these birds for almost 10 months to get them to race 2 months. But you actually got to train them for like 3 or 4 months before you start training. The club and one loft race is totally different.
So the club racing.
Some people don't have competition in their area, right. And some people do. You got cities right now where they're flying more than 100 people in the club, so it's very excited to be in it and something like that, you know. So you go out there and chill, like go drink a beer with the
people. Some shit like this, like last year at Hoosier when I first bought my birds, he was like, him and 9 other people were gonna put 10 bands in the pot. We all gonna put 10 bands in the pot. And whoever win. Whoever bird do the best, take the 100,000, like a side bet. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's kind of how
I'm like that. I'm with shit like that. Like I call you like, hey, I bet my bird do better than let's put some money in it.
And the clubs, they do the same thing.
Yeah,
they'll bet like your loft against somebody's loft, and they go not for big money like that, 100,000, but some people get crazy enough and they do a couple of grands. They go, they do $5,000.
Money, I need some 200,000-300,000.
Yeah. Well, then you need to go there, Africa Pro, man.
Yeah.
So that club racing been around longer than the one-loft racing?
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of how it all started?
Yeah.
So how long is the one-loft?
In Belgium, that's where it started.
Right.
Club racing.
In Belgium, they still club race.
They club race in Belgium. See, that's the funny thing, because all the people, the pigeons that everybody chase come from clubs.
Right.
The people in Belgium, Holland, and even in Germany, they club racers.
Best kiddo, all that shit is club.
All that is club racing.
They
National A's.
just breed it up and send it to the one-loft, huh?
Yeah, but see, the difference is.
How do we understand that? But you did make a valuable fact, like best kiddo, all them birds is club birds, and they going crazy in one loft.
Competition, numbers. They have the competition. They have the people. They have the competition there.
What do you mean?
They have, I don't know, they might have 3,000-4,000 members racing, competing.
Oh, so I see what you're saying.
So that's how their genetics become better and better every year.
People racing.
Many people racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like I said, here in the States, you got clubs where they only got 5 members, and 3 of them might train. The other 2 might not do anything. They just basically sit on their ass and just send the bird. So there's no competition.
Yeah.
But in a city where you got 100+ flyers, and you get at least about 30 or 40 of them to really train and give you a competition, then you breed better birds every year. So there's cities here where people don't have competition.
In Belgium,
everybody is.
Everybody got like a dog. That's
everybody got a bird in the backyard. Yeah.
Another thing they do in Belgium is everybody breeds their best with their best, and that's how they get better genetics.
Like with each other.
Like if this person win a national ace or KBDB this year, they might do a co-breeding with somebody else that won the previous year, and you're breeding 2 top-notch bird together.
Yeah.
So now you're getting a different genetic out of 2 ace pigeons.
New line.
And here you don't find that. You win here, and nobody want to do no co-breeding with you. You know what I'm saying?
They want to buy your bird.
Nobody. Yeah, at the clubs, nobody cares about that. That's why they emphasize. That's why everybody is on the one-loft race. Then and even at the one-loft race, when somebody wins in a one-loft race, those birds, they don't even get to co-breed them. They don't do none of that.
I've been seeing them co-breeders.
Like
you send your bird to me, and you breed your bird to my bird.
Yeah,
like Thorsten Blanks, even dudes from Kuwait, they do a lot of co-breedings with people. Thorsten and them.
Overseas, there you go. Again, overseas.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
Now United States.
Please, you understand this shit?
I'm listening.
United States is different, man. Everybody is different.
Together.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
But
don't do that.
Yeah.
Because like for example, I could have got my $70,000 winner from Big Andy race, right, from his one-loft race, the bird that won me 70 grand.
What year?
In 2019, 2020. So I could have got that bird and
Both
maybe
years?
co-breeding with somebody else that did good the following year, put them together and get some breeding out of that to see if
Did somebody hit you up to do that?
I got a guy that won it the following year, and we talked about it. Huh?
You have the bird?
I have that bird here.
How much for the bird?
For that bird?
Yeah.
I bought that bird in Pippa for almost $10,000.
How much? What is the bird? What genetics?
It's a cross of she's a granddaughter of Picasso. So have you ever heard of the Picasso bloodline, Johnny the Greek?
I seen it on.
You seen Johnny the Greek before? Yeah. He has a lot of that Picasso bloodline. But at one time, I had like about 6 or 7 direct children of Picasso. I sold them, and that's when I bought the porch. but still got some of that genetic here. I still got some of that blood here. Okay. And then so on the top side, she's a granddaughter of Picasso. On the mother's side, she comes from Peter Benstrap. Hey man, let's walk out here. Yes, yeah. Those are all my birds. That loft right there, that right there. Eventually, it was built in July. We built this right here, and it's set up for racing, club racing. Like I said, and then next year the Houston area is gonna have the AU convention.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have people coming from all over the place, even from overseas.
How do they sign up for that?
For what? For
Online?
club race?
On the AU?
Yeah, AAU. Explain.
Yeah, on the AU, you have to. Well, actually, you have to become first a member of a club here locally, and then submit your membership to the AU, and then once you have that, then you get to go. Then
So you cannot be from Fort Worth. You got to be from Houston.
You got to be from Houston, from the surrounding area. Like you
And
got
what's
to.
the website?
Fort Worth, they got some over there too.
What's the website they go on to?
The AU, I think it's AU Pigeon.org.
www.aau.
AU.
AAU.
Yeah, AU. Yeah,
Is
Pigeon.
AU is 1A?
Yeah,
One A.
AU. What'd you say?
Pigeon.
What is it after that?
I think it's Pigeon.org.
Oh, then they just register. They have to be a part of a club though, right?
Yeah, so
As
they
far
like
as-
that.
as far as-
Once you become a club member, then they submit your membership to the AU,
Okay.
and then once you're an AU member, then you can race in the club.
And when you say you got to be you have to be a club member.
You got to find a club in your area.
As far as like other, you know what I'm saying, pigeon racers. Or you saying you got to be a team of people?
Yeah, you got to be a team of. So that club, you basically become a member of that club.
Uh-huh.
And once you become a member of the club, then you submit your AU.
So
membership.
we'll have to, you know what I'm saying, join
So
another club
so we're
locally.
you guys from Fort Worth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in Fort Worth area and Dallas area, they got clubs. So you got to find a club there if you really want a club race.
So could we start our own club? Is the real
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, if you got like, I think you can open up your own club, but then you still got to be associated with
Another club.
another combine, because it goes from club, combine, and concourse. It's like 3 different levels. So what it means is the more people they get combine, the cheaper it's going to cost you at the end.
Right.
Because everything gets split down to the membership. So, but you got to find. You can be a club. You can do a club as long as you got 5 members. I think you can You can have a club, and then you can run your own race and everything, but you have to submit your club to the AU. And the AU will give you like a membership.
What do they
number.
require though? What all do they require? You know?
I have to talk it over with the AU to do a club. I think they require like some rules and some. It's a club.
It's basically on the website.
Yeah, it's on the website. It's on there. That stuff got peanuts in it. It's got a bunch of stuff in it.
What the peanuts do?
It's a good protein and it's good fat. Pigeons convert the fat from the peanuts into muscles. They turn into muscles, so they get strong.
And what you said the rice do?
Rice keeps the birds hydrated.
And it got to be brown rice.
It's got to be in the shell. Yeah, it's gonna be just that white rice by itself. So it's the regular rice inside, but it's got to have that fiber in it. Yeah, and then this is a Canadian mix. Yeah, that's
Ain't nothing better than this, huh?
No, that's
Everybody,
Joe Biden, I think. Joe Biden, whatever they call it. Joe Biden.
I'm
It's
like
a green
that.
bag. It's another one that's kind of like that. But
the red grip mix. I don't use that. I use this shit.
Oh, I use that. I use the whole.
They like it too.
That's candy.
Yeah, it's candy.
That's pigeon candy, man. They love
Shit
that.
like Skittles.
Yeah.
They love that.
And then that right there in the box is roast Spanish peanuts.
What is it?
These right here.
So on the peanuts use your mix.
I put it in the
They probably
feed.
love them, huh?
I put it in the feed all the time, man. And the black gold raised birds, they eat this daily. They get
East to
that.
the west in the building, man. We in Houston, Texas, huh?
Yeah.
Looking at some of this best of the best, man. My man doing black gold race training. Even
Yes, sir.
Whole lot. Westmont top dollar.
This is straight out of Cali too.
That's crazy. Like, I need to drop that.
Good fat, ain't it?
A lot of safflower. What's fat? The sunflower?
The safflower. Safflower is the white. This right here, pigeon loves that. That's like the best grain they can eat. Sunflower, this is the sunflower. And then this is safflower. It's different.
And it's good for fat.
It's good fat in it. It's got good carbohydrate in it.
And they start that for strength and muscle.
And they get strong with all this stuff, man. All this stuff is good for the birds.
It's a mix.
Yeah, it's a mix, but when I mix it all up, I mix a bunch of different. I get a little bit from this, a little bit from that, and I make my own mix. At the end, I make my own mix. Yeah, and this is another. This is from Europe, right here, from Belgium. This is like a new stuff that's coming in the country.
I'll be saying avoid using this Asian board.
Yeah, this is all new stuff, you know. It's coming from Belgium. I really like the best, the cheapest. This is the cheapest one right here, and I kind of like this the best.
Wow.
I don't know. It looks good. It looks good.
They got everything in it.
This come in 44-pound bag.
Where you get this from?
I got it. It comes straight from Belgium, but I got it from Manville, from Seagulls. From Seagulls. Yeah, they're a little different.
It's more weight. It's like more shit in there.
And this one has some. No, this is like a bean, some kind of bean, and then it's got safflower, sunflower. So it's good for mixing. I love it for mixing. You know.
I gotta go get this.
This is from Canada. Another good mix. I like this mix out of all of the ones.
You go to a lot of, you go to a lot of bird food.
Every day, the black gold rays they eat about 3 bags of feed.
3 of these bags?
Daily.
Never.
Daily.
So it's like 3 of all this stuff mixed up, though, you're saying?
Yeah.
So how many times they eat a day? Like, you think?
Once
a day. But you got so many birds as they going through.
Yeah, I mean over 1,400 birds,
right.
And then at one time, like I said, I had about 1,700. So you can imagine when you got 9,000 birds, right? That's gonna
no,
be.
I can't.
that's probably. I say it's probably like about 10 bags or more.
If you had 9,000 birds, you had to get some help.
Oh yeah, I got help now.
Yeah.
And I only got over 1,000 something.
Yeah.
How many birds do you handle your own in without any help?
I think a loft manager with 1,000 bird is good enough.
Right.
Yeah, you can handle up to 1,000, 1,200.
How many hours a day you gonna be out if you got 1,000, 1,200?
You're gonna be
The whole day?
the whole day out here
Every
dealing
day?
with birds.
7 days a
No,
week?
but remember, I got my own birds too that I got to take care of
Right.
daily too. So I got 1,400 plus, almost 1,500 birds over there. Plus I got another
14.
300. No. 300 over here. You know that I got to take care of. And then breeding season, I got to take care of my own too.
So did you say you already training your own birds for field racing right now, or are you going to do that next year?
Not next year. So basically the process is at the beginning when we're taking birds in, well, they come as baby. We get them in shipping boxes. They come here. Then normally what I do is I put them by sections and quarantine by sections. So I take care of them as they come in. We feed them. As more come in, then we start another section, quarantine section. So everything gets treated as they come in, and then they get vaccinated. They get the whole process. They get vaccinated. They get registered in the computer, and then like I said, and they get treated. And then we quarantine by sections. That's what we do when we get them here.
So how long you quarantine them for?
They basically stay in there for over a month.
Okay.
In that section where they're just drinking out of the water container. They're eating there together. They don't get mixed in, and it takes about 2 months, 3 months almost to get them all mixed in.
Right. Can you talk about how you got that built right there and why you got that built like that for the people that don't know what that is?
Well, the loft is sitting so high that we had to do some kind of a ramp to self-load the birds. So that's what we did, that ramp right there, and that's how they load into the trailer. It's a process that we got to teach the bird, but at the end, it makes it so much easier because you can just run them through the hallway and they go straight into the trailer by themselves without me touching them. So imagine loading up 1,500 birds in 20 minutes.
Right.
It's crazy.
So how much would it be?
So they self-load in there.
Yeah.
And that's how we created that ramp.
A lot of
where
people
they just go into the trailer.
A lot of people is mind boggled by this whole process, and Johnny here is, he's showing us the process of the race process of how do they get the birds from the living quarters to in the trailer to where they go train and race at. And this is the process right here. You see how he said he got to run them in here. They go through the trailer. You see the trailer, and that's how they do it.
How much do it cost to build one of these, do you think?
Nowadays?
Nowadays.
Okay, the loft is 20 foot wide by 100 feet long. So it can take up to 2,000 birds. So you can have 2,000 birds in there. So it's got capacity for 2,000 birds. The aviary part is just for the birds to come outside and relax and everything. So going back to that, I don't know, but I'll say when I built this building, there was over 100K involved in it. If you're gonna do it right now, about a $250,000 because of the steel.
For the house.
Yes, yeah. But that's if you're set up, like, you know, when I did this, I set it up for a big race or for a good size race. I didn't set up to be the biggest race, but I set up for a good, decent race. And I think anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 birds is a good race.
It's a good race.
Yeah, and something that a human still, one person or two person can still handle without, being a headache. You know what I'm saying? So you can have a really good race with 1,400 birds in the race. Why not? You can still have a really good payout. You can pay over almost $500,000 with that. Depends on what you charge, But you can pay almost $500,000 if you activate 1,400 birds. In total prices. Not the first place, but in total prices.
And you said how much you charge to activate the birds?
$350.
$350. How much they got to pay you to send them off for training?
$150 per bird, or you can send a team of 6 for $750. So you get an extra free. So once you pay 5, that's a perch fee.
And you said all them birds add up together with them paying you that fee, add up to about $250,000.
No, I'm saying that if you activate about 1,400, do the math. 1,400 birds times $350. What that, so you can pay almost close in total prices. You can pay almost $500,000 in total prices, total payout, and that's a good payout. Somebody walk out of here with 100,000 or 40,000. That's a good payout. It's good. It's good to invest $500 and win 40 grand. Let's say 40 grand.
You got to know what birds to send in certain races. And for you to be able to make $40,000 and learn about your bird at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Because now you win birds off these races, it lets you know what to send to Africa Pro or what to send to Pattaya, you know what I'm saying? So these races, they dictate what races we send to the international race, what birds we send to the international. Well, for me, that's how I look at it. If I win a black gold race, I'm gonna be trying to breed that bird and send it to on a bigger stage and see what it do, So these races is needed.
Sure. This is like a base race that gives you an idea what your genetic can do somewhere else, and it's good to have them. I mean, it's good to have them. Don't get me wrong. I like races that have 1,000 birds and up in it, and also that the loft manager do his part.
How you deal with the hawks right here? I mean, like
I don't get bothered that much out here, but once in a while I do get one, or they strike me out of the sky.
Do it change the way they fly? Do you see them sometimes getting chased?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then I've seen them where they catch them too. There's so many birds, but he got so many options, when it comes to attacking the whole flock, Yeah. So, but yeah, no, definitely. But they don't bother me as much as in the city. When I was living in the city, man, I get hawk attack daily, 2, 3, 4 times a day. Here, maybe once or twice a week.
Yeah.
So it's different by living here out here in the country. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the hawks here, they're more like a sniper though.
Yeah.
Once they go down for it.
Yeah.
I mean, they hardly miss.
So what's the process like? Let's say I was to send my birds off to this race, and a bird was to catch one. Is it like send back the training fee, or
no?
It's like that. I got to sign off on that from the jump.
It is some kind of a protection there for you.
Yeah.
So when you send birds to one loft race, you have certain time for replacement time. Okay? So if the bird gets sick, or I lose the bird, you still get time to replace it. Now, once that replacement time is done, whatever happens to the bird, you do not get reimbursed for perch fee. Or technically, you're never gonna get reimbursed, but you don't get a chance to send another one, a replacement.
Is there a lot of other races like that where they send replacements?
Yes, and then also activation, and people always get these. People get fear. They don't send their money in because, oh, I'll wait till the end to see if my bird's still going to be there. People don't have to worry about activation. When you activate a bird, even if you do it early, and your bird don't make it to the 150 miles to the very first race, you get your money reimbursed, 100%.
Only because once you activate it.
You're only paying for the ones that got sent to the 150 miles.
Right.
Yeah. So once I run, like I get people sending me activation fees before I even do the activation race, because they already know.
Right.
You know, if I lose their bird before the 150 miles, I'm gonna give them their money back.
Right.
I'm gonna take that out of the capital price and give it back to the owner.
Okay.
So just kind of give you some kind of just kind of back you up a little bit on that. But it's on the rules. I can get him to start loft flying them because we need to exercise them. Right now I'm good with this. Right now I'm good with this. I could grow more that way if I want to. You know what I'm saying? I think, like I said, I think you can run a good race with a couple of thousand birds.
Right. Yeah.
Just watch your steps. This ain't even done.
You look good, man. We in a pigeon loft.
We're in the black gold race right here.
Black gold race.
This up here is the landing board up there, so that's how the birds trap in. And we'll get to see that once we walk in the hallway. This is the system, all the electronics, everything that you can see online, on the internet is hooked up right here. The clock, the antennas, they're up there, and everything runs through here and it goes to the internet. And you can just see it for yourself.
Something you ain't never seen before. Got my boy Trey Black, man. You just got his Westmont Performance franchise. Stop what you're doing right now. Follow Trey Black. Follow Westmont Performance. Follow Top Dollar Killers.
Yeah.
Subscribe. We're gonna show y'all some of that best of the best.
He got birds.
Come in through here and get scanned.
Yeah, there's 4 antenna pads in front of that. So when they come in, they all get scanned. Everything goes to the computer system and it shoots it out to the internet.
Because a lot of people don't know how do they track the winner. So they track the winner by these scanners, basically.
Yeah.
These
They all got chip prints, so like I said, they all got electronic bands on them. When they come in early and when they get sent over here, everything gets registered in the computer. And then we register them, and they have that tag on there since the day one they come here.
Yes,
so we take care of that from the beginning. I don't wait a month or 2 months later to do it. I just do it as soon as they get here. That way I know.
keep up with everything.
Yeah. And then we'll do like a hand inventory where we double check, make sure that them birds got the tag on it and everything. Just verify everything, man.
Yes, sir.
This loft got 10 sections.
They come out the section?
Yeah, they'll come out through there. No, yeah, they'll come out in here. But I'm saying
this
they got.
Oh boy, it's flying.
They come out when they want to?
Yeah, well, when I want to, not when they want to.
No,
I control everything, but
you open it.
out of the sections, yes.
I'm
Yeah, they can come out here in the hallway to come drink water, and they can go from one section to another.
Yeah?
Right? Yeah. Yeah, because they're open.
Yeah.
So they stay open. But these sections right here, I mean, every section has 236 perch. So
How do you train them to go back to that same section?
they don't. They just they can be in any section they want to.
Now you can tell you take care of them. They look good.
Yeah, I don't even know who these belong to. I just picked up a random bird. Yeah.
They look good.
So it's got a full wing. Everything is molted up, 100%. You know.
That bird look good. You don't even know who birds are.
I don't even know. 335.
So what physical attributes show you that this is a good bird?
That, I don't even, like, the birds in here, it's funny though, because the birds in here, I don't look at it that way. I mean, I can handle the bird. Oh, shit. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a problem. I handle the birds, and I know when a pigeon has really good body qualities and everything. That, you know, it feels real good and everything. But at the end, I don't, like I said, I don't look at them that way. I just, you know, I train them, I do everything. I try not to handle them that much.
Yeah.
We don't touch them much.
Yeah.
Other than when we're looking for something, or we actually want to see how they feel and everything, and then we grab them. You know, but we normally we just let them be in here free, man. And you can be in here, you don't smell nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Like you can handle some of them, you can feel like
Check for it, you know, like how they feel, their whole confirmation, how they feel, that they're ready to raise, they're ready to train.
No,
stuff
he
like
asked you, like, not specifically black goat racing pigeons, just pigeons. How do you choose a pigeon in general?
In general?
Yeah.
Well, then, you know, I look for qualities in the bird where, you know, their wing, how their wings look and everything, and then how their muscles and their structure, the body, how, you know, how strong they are on the forearm, stuff like that. That's stuff that we look for to feel that pigeon that we kind of, you know, like.
Do the birds start breeding? Right
In here,
Yeah.
they don't even lay eggs,
They don't? None
and
of them?
they're all together, hens and cocks.
wow. All right, now,
Because they're training them.
Oh, okay.
When you're training them, it's like they don't have no time for
They ain't
that.
got no energy.
Yeah, they ain't got no. You're working them.
Yeah.
Same thing at the club race. People sometimes ask, well, you don't get their, you know, the cocks and the hens laying eggs and mating up. And when you train them, when you're working them, you ain't got no
And
time
you
for
ain't
that.
never seen it happen before, ever? Like in all your
Well-
you ain't never seen them during the training, somebody just decide to mate or whatever?
Well, you know, in training time at the club, people showed up with eggs in the bottom of the crate. I mean, they're not working their birds enough, you know.
Right.
It just don't happen much. When you're working them, they don't have no time for that.
Okay, so I got a question for me personally, right? So everybody asks me, like, why I don't fly my birds around the house, like why I don't fly my birds, and I'll be like, I spent too much money on some birds to fly, even the offspring, to fly the offspring. Do you feel like it don't matter how much money you spend, you should still fly them? Yeah.
I put the 9/11 son, the grandsons and all that. I put them to fly.
Like it's just around the house.
And you know what? Look at Mike Gannis. Mike Gannis fly his birds around the house.
Yeah.
And he got probably birds in there. Their offsprings are
Yeah.
100,000 or more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he fly them.
I'm not a millionaire though.
Huh?
I'm not a millionaire though.
It don't matter. It just it's good to fly them. It's good to see if they're smart or not. You know, and you find out around the loft how smart they are.
At what age do I let them out? I start flying them?
I say maybe about 45 to around 50 days around there. You can start letting them out. Yeah. But you know, some of the people that are successful in the sport, in the one-loft race, they fly birds. They fly birds. People, I'm talking about people that win every year. They win in money.
They just flying around the house?
Yeah, and they fly at the clubs.
Oh,
Some people
No,
do.
I'm talking about the house.
Well, but they fly them. Some will fly them at the house too. But they're real successful. They do really good at the one-loft race.
So what's the difference? When you let the birds out, to let them out to fly around here and not take them somewhere else, you run them through the same process, just move the truck?
These guys right here?
Yeah.
No, I let them out to Lindor and then out to the Averys. That I'm fixing to show you.
Oh, okay.
It's a whole different process. We get them out of the section, they go into there, and they're ready to fly. And then we'll open the Avery door, and they just come out and fly, man.
Nice.
Yeah. All these open, so they'll come out.
Nah, it's optional for something, right? So how you want to play?
You bleed. They know already, you know, they come out here, they know it. One bird, come by itself,
So what if you land and try to
one bird, come by itself, one bird, come by itself,
What if you land in traffic? You take that number. You take that number. What if you land in traffic? You take that number. You take that number. What if you land in traffic? You take that number. You take that number. What if you land in traffic? You take that number. What if you land in traffic? You take that number. You take that number. What if you land in traffic? You take that number. You take that number. What if you land in traffic? You take that number. You take that number. What if you land in traffic? What if you land in traffic? You take that number. You take that number. What if you land in traffic? You take that number. You take that number. What if you land in traffic? You take that number. You take that number. What if you land in traffic? You take that number. You take that number. What if you land in traffic? You take that number. You take that number. What if you land in traffic? You take that number. What if you land in traffic? You take that number. You take that number. What if you land in traffic? You take that number. You take that number.
We normally keep them out for
much in there, bro?
So what's the purpose of this? Just to,
All right.
this is condition right here. This is how you keep them in condition.
okay.
Yeah. So
See,
you
if I left
fly them
it
and
sitting
fly
right
them and
there.
keep them in condition.
Sitting around.
Okay, so how do you get all of them back in?
Once they complete the time flying, then we call them in, start whistling them in, and then we call them in, and then we get them, we feed them and everything, and that's how they.
The
try
whistle
the
and the
whistle
feed.
and the feed will.
That's
get
what.
'em.
That's it.
As soon as I
Just
start
sit there,
whistling, then they know
I'm
it's
gonna
time
get
to go
some
eat,
birds.
time to eat,
Okay.
time to get in. Yeah, we're flying for about hour and 20 minutes.
So is it not good to, I mean, is it better to, you know what I'm saying, feed them once a day, you know what I'm saying, other than letting them free feed at home?
Yeah, pigeon needs to be
Programmed.
fed. They need to be fed at a certain time, and they need it because they have a clock in their head, man. So everything has to be fed. And if they're not doing nothing, it's good that they just fed once a day.
Right.
If the pigeons are not doing anything, like I said, we just
He sent out a whistle. to get
the
them
whistle.
back in.
Yeah,
The conditioning.
they're conditioning. They're flying here in the area, but
They working out.
they're working out. There's some
So,
pigeons that probably
But
it's
not
a
a lot of
possibility
them,
that
like, I
they
probably
returned
take 5
late
of them.
yesterday. And sometime when they
my shit
come
costs too much.
back late from training, either they feel hungry, they just and they don't want to exercise the next morning, or we got to see them, we got to check them, make sure that they're not injured, stuff like that. Because it happens. We get a lot of accidents and stuff that happens on when we're training on the road. So you know, it's day by day. It's a different program. So it's a program that we do is day by day.
So when y'all give them like the doxycycline, do y'all weigh them in probably if they having a problem, or y'all just kind of it's kind of already
It's based on the water.
Yeah, and the water.
Oh,
So
okay,
the supplements is given by them by teaspoon, tablespoon, stuff like that. So it's based on the water. So if it's a gallon or if it's 2 gallons, you know,
Right.
we go by that.
Okay.
And that's how we do it. So some people has quarantine. When you put them in quarantine loft, they go into the main loft. They get sick of you.
Right. Okay.
You did your.
We're gonna figure this shit out. Yeah, get this shit right, nigga.
Kind of help out so they don't get straight directly on the loft. These will do this in the air, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The hawks.
What's that?
What's that?
I'm looking at it, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, so since I've been using it, what I found out is that they kind of don't strike them right here straight on the loft. You know? So it kind of helps out. It's not 100% guaranteed, but it helps out. Last year we paid $100,000. Actually, like I said, it was optional. So meaning that whoever wanted to be in it got in it. So we had about 318 birds that got selected for the 400 optional.
I know.
And then we shipped, I think it was 317 or something like that. And then we ended up getting back like 290 or 286 or something like that. So we got a good percentage back, even from the 400 mile.
And that's the hardest race, huh?
Yeah, for last year, yes. Can't remember what it was, but I think it was 618 that went to the final.
Yeah.
Out of the 647 that we activated. So basically, 90-some%. Like I was getting back over 96% of the bird return, race by race, every year, last year.
That's crazy.
It was like, not to brag, but it was the highest percent in the country. So of the one-loft races, all the one-loft races, it was the highest percent in the country last year on returns, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like some of the races, I got 98, 99% back of the bird. It was like one of the races, I think I got.
You training them right.
Yeah. But when you're dealing with a lot more birds like this, everybody knows it's impossible to keep them all. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they're not all going to be champions.
Yeah.
And you can have the best genetics, and you can have, I mean, like look at Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
You know, he had brothers.
Yeah.
Then we're all basketball players and you know, best in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can have the best genetics, but doesn't mean that you're going to get from one pair, they're all going to be champion. You might get one in there that is even best than their parents or their generations. I mean, their, you know, grandparents or whatever, but you might get some in there that are just not good at all. No, just come in because
Check this out right now. He's gonna show you the difference in a good racing pigeon and a pigeon that he feel like is not a good racing pigeon based off the body structure.
Drop them out of the. That's what we call it. We drop them out of the sky.
Why do they see them and come down?
It kind of gives them the trust that it's okay to land.
They don't fly?
They don't fly much.
So when you drop them on the top, they don't fly off?
No, I can let them from in front of the loft. I can just let him go, and he'll fly directly to the landing board. And then the one that is coming from the race, see that, and they land right away. Right after them.
That's the only reason why you got these?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
That's it. I don't like them for nothing else. And we breed them. We got a bunch of babies over there. Yeah. People always come over here and they want to buy them and shit.
Like one-loft race people?
No,
regular.
They were just breeding. We got a bunch of babies over there. I don't care if they don't sell for big money or whatever. I just this is the hen. You can handle her out here. That's Miss Good Friday. That's a hen that won Big Andy's $70,000.
And so basically you just breed her?
Yes. Yeah, I got some of her children's out in the one-loft race this year. She's a granddaughter of Picasso, famous Picasso here in the United States.
And you said that was in 2019 she won that?
What I meant by the vents, like if you look back here, if you touch back here at the end, at the body, you can see that they're real tight and close. Feel those feel too? Yeah, so when you're holding the bird.
Let me see what you
That's how. See, it's my grandpa used to try to tell me that that's how you tell if it's a male or female.
Not really. They're all gonna have that.
How you choose? They say if it's open, big. If it's open a lot, it's a female, and if it's closed, it's a male.
Sometimes when they're open a lot, it could be
Egg.
it could be an egg, or it could be that if it's not mated, if it's not laying eggs, then it shouldn't be open.
No.
Like right now, it's not open. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
if I put it with the cockbird, then whenever she get ready to lay, yes, it's gonna be wide open.
What's the easiest way to tell from a male from a female for you?
I don't know. Sometimes you know.
Croak. You do. We white. Is that 6 months old and see it start croaking and shit?
Yeah, I mean, it's something in the head that kind of tells you. I really don't know how to explain it, but it's something in the head that tells you this is a cock, this is the hen. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, and that's one thing about the kiddos. They got me a little bit confused. The kiddo, not the best kiddo, but the kiddo.
Yeah.
The females look like males, and
Yeah.
sometimes you be like, oh wait a minute, this is a male or female. Sometimes you be confused.
hold that thing.
You gotta show them how to hold it. See your hand? You right-handed?
Right hand or left hand?
Both?
No, put your
You
finger
say
right.
both.
Exactly.
Oh, like that, okay. Not real. Okay, so if I wasn't older like that, she'd fly away, you saying?
This keeping her from flying away.
Holding
Holding her feet.
Holding her feet like that, okay, yeah.
You can even let go of this if you hold her feet right.
All right, so I did like that, just hold the feet right always.
See how it's shaking like that? That's what I like. They get to shaking like that. How old is this? How old is she?
2019. She flew in Big Andy 2019, 2020.
Right, right to the Porsche.
Huh?
The bleed.
The baby sold them. You know, I sold them to
You
somebody.
got it?
They do something?
You got
Both
it?
feet.
I haven't heard it because they were breeding them this year.
Right here,
First
yeah. There you go.
You have a Porsche 911 son?
Top Dollar Kennel Houston. Top Dollar Kennels underscore Houston
this
on
year I bred
Instagram.
her.
First female to
I
ever
got some baby out
franchise.
of her at one-loft race, but I won't know
Touching the racing
until
piece.
next year because they're yearly race.
A $70,000 racing pigeon at that.
So the ones that I send them, but they're gonna race next year in February or 2023.
70 racks in your hand. No play plan.
Throw it in here. You bred this bird?
This year I bred her to several different cocks, but they're all out. I got birds in the year 2018, 2000, and 2019. I sent to the franchise, Paul Daniels, here in Texas. He's got a franchise
A race?
race,
Yeah.
and I won that race. Same year that the other one won the Big Andes.
Yeah.
This cock right here.
That's it. And I come from club.
This one comes from a base family. He ain't no famous Porsche or anything. He just come from
But
a
at the
base.
same time, it's not basic.
It's got Gabby. It's
You been
got.
breeding that line of pigeons for how long?
I've been breeding them for, I say now 22 years.
So how is that a base pigeon if you've been racing pigeons for 22 years and you've been breeding that for 22 years? That's an extreme racing pigeon.
I got in the one-loft race in 2017. I wasn't
I'm
always
saying,
doing
but that bird, it come from 20 years of breeding. How is that basic breed come from basic breeding? It come from 20 years. Like usually in 20 years of it, that's when it get good.
Yeah, well that's where he come from. All those many years of breeding.
So that's supposed to be like your version of your Porsche shit.
Yeah,
That's your
this
shit.
is my version of my pigeons that now we're winning with. Last year in California, sister of this bird right here, bred a $17,000 winner at the Royal Cup.
How much?
17,000.
17?
Yeah, there was a split. The split, it was on the drop, and the split was 17,000 each.
Wow.
So the guy called me right away. He's like, hey, I want to buy another pair. But the one over there had porch in it. But anyway, what I wanted to show you, that the same year this guy won, his brother was flying at the Hoosier, and he was 5th on average speed, going to the final when the whole loft burned
Out
down.
of how many birds?
You ever heard of the story?
Yeah.
The whole loft burned
Yeah,
down?
check it out. This is the cock.
How many birds was in there?
In the,
In that race where one fit, the brother.
win.
He feel good.
Yeah, the brother didn't win.
Look at his
The
tail.
bird got burned down. The whole loft got burned.
How many birds in the loft?
Nah, he feel like some shit. His shit, he's
God,
soft. Like, how much you charge for these?
Yeah, that's how this year was number one. And the second year I sent out his daddy, I sent him number one. Twice. In the mountains, 400. Remember the franchise? The franchise has flown from 200 to 400. 200 he came in and I can't remember, like it was in the first 30 place or something like that.
Yeah.
He was ready.
The 400 he took first.
He was first in the track.
He's heavy line bred.
No, he's a cross pigeon. He's got a little bit of Milliman Jensen, which is my base. He's got a little bit of Hooven in it. This is old family.
big feet like
Old
chicken.
family.
Yeah.
He's got some Gabby bird in him. So it's a mixed bird.
These are the
Last year
in one loft. What you won with the most with in one loft?
the most I won in one loft is with
Not the money. I'm talking about the genetics. What birds consistently won? Like the genetics. Like was it the ones you made or the ones you bought? Honestly.
in the one loft race. I think I've been doing now better with the porch.
Okay.
But this blood right here, I can't even pronounce how they. But anyway, they got that hen, the mother to this bird, and it's producing amazing for him.
And it's a Porsche 911 daughter.
And Golden Prince. I mean, the Golden Prince.
Hold on. So is the mother to that bird a Porsche 911 daughter?
The mother to this bird is a sister, half sister to the 911 cock.
Okay.
So it's actually a
Line
bred, half brother, sister maiden.
That's better. How old is that cock?
2019,
How long you had it?
since 2019.
Oh.
He came in that year.
How much you set up bird for?
Who, him?
Yeah. It's a Porsche 911. That's that. How much you go for? How many direct ones you got?
He direct.
No, doesn't matter. How much you want for that bird? If you did sell
I
it.
don't want to sell him.
But if you did sell it,
No less than 40 grand.
40 man.
He's actually in Thailand. The first year I sent out of him to Thailand, and the only time I sent to Thailand, I was 11th ace pigeon in Thailand out of 7,400 birds. And you know what? I didn't get a penny for it.
No.
I didn't get nothing because they didn't pay money on the ace category. They didn't pay money.
What year was that?
2020.
Why they ain't pay money?
They only paid 5 places on the ace category. But I was in the money in the final with that same bird. That bird sold to China.
And how would that? Oh, that was off of him.
If right now that pigeon would have been in Pipa for sale, I would have got some money for that bird.
How old is that bird?
He's the son of the 911 cock, the world famous 911 cock. And then also, there was another guy who had sold him a son of him. The same year that when I got him, and he won money here in my race with a grandson of that bird.
Oh, that one's still rich.
You don't. You got it. Yeah.
I'll show you another one that is really special for me. I call him the Porsche.
That's in your eye.
Got some eye.
Feather in your head.
I like when birds, like how he rough. I like when birds act like how he act, like he don't want you to hold him, like he want to get out.
That's kind of like what you were saying earlier.
Also, you want to feel that the bird vibrates in your hands. It has that energy in them that it feels like with a lot of vitality in your hands. It tells you that the pigeon it's got good blood in them.
Right.
8th in the trap, but it was equal first. It was in the same group,
Oh, okay.
same drop. This guy right here, the Porsche Panamera.
You said in Mexico, the son did what?
In Mexico, his granddaughter or grandson, one of the grandchildren, was 12th place position last week versus 52,640 birds in the race. It was a huge release they had over there in Mexico in Guadalajara. So the guy who owns the son of this guy right here called me and said, hey, he said, I took 12th place in that race.
How much you won?
No. It was not a money race. It's a club race, but it's a lot of pigeons in the race.
52,000.
Yeah, same.
And then this guy right here at the Texas Dash for Cash bred me last year, the winner, one of the winner there.
How's he bred?
He's a full brother to Gentle Lady. So Gentle Lady is the hen that it was fourth through the trap, equal first in South Africa $1 million race. The last year they had the South Africa $1 million race. The pigeon landed right in front of the trap, but instead of going in right away, she turned around, and the other 3 pigeons that came with her
Came in.
went through, and then she snapped and then went in and she trapped in 4.
You said that's what Gentle Lady did.
That's why they call her Gentle Lady, because she let the other one in. So, and you know who bought that hen? Samuels from South Africa.
Oh yeah, black dude.
Yeah. So this is a really special cockbird right here.
That's the brothers of Gentle Lady.
Yep, full brother to Gentle Lady, and now he's, like I said, his children and his grandchildren are they're winning in a one-loft race too. Matter of fact, this is the one that won me last year at Texas Dash for Cash, directly from him.
That's the one that won a race?
Yeah, that's the one that won a race.
First place?
Yeah.
Equal first?
The dog is good.
Not only that, he was equal first in some of the other races too.
And how's he bred?
He's bred out of him and Sherbet him. It was a cross. Sherbet.
So what you looking for when you do the wing spread?
I'm just looking like how thick the wings is, how consistent they are, like how they line up. You know, some birds being molt, so you really can't judge it off. You can't really judge it off the quality of the feather, more like how they line up. A plane, when you look at a plane, don't nothing look weird about the motherfucking wings. You know, I'm looking at the bird, like, do it look like consistent? Like
This one is a wreck out of the 911 Cup.
Yeah.
Just that the final race turned out to be a really bad race, and then he come in the next morning. So he was 10 on average speed. So this is out of the 911 Cup.
Bred to who?
Bred to Miss Lucky Freddy, another super breeding hen from people that I got.
Lucky Freddy
Miss Lucky Freddy.
It's a Porsche blood.
It's got Gladiator, Castboard, and Freddy. Some of the stuff that they made Porsche with. But that's the son of the 911.
I look like this bird.
It's like the only one I got breeding.
Look like this bird, I would know, because I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I was looking at it too. I was like, it looked kind of cool. Yeah.
How old?
Yeah.
2019. I brought them all in 2019. All the cocks, the hens, all those, I brought them all.
They all feel the same too. They got that muscle. You tell they feel the same.
I also got 2 direct out of Dolly. Dolly is one of their famous birds too. Salvador, Dolly, their brothers.
The one that got that white.
On the top side, he's a grandson to the famous, not the famous, the legend 30, I think. But I got children from him and Pataya, and I got flying in different one-loft races. Just last week at the activation race at Roby's, at Orlando Golden Classic, his son was on the first drop at the activation. So we'll see how I do on the other ones, on the other races. But I think he'll be a really good breeder. We'll see.
What color is it?
It's a silver. The black color and the silvers, that tells you that it's a cockbird. 100%. A female will never have that. Could be silver, but it's never gonna have those black spots in them.
And you can only tell on these colored ones?
Sometimes, yeah. So even when they're babies and they're in the nest and they got that black like that in the tail, when they got a weak back, when it's weak, they go either like this or it goes like that. So pigeons got balance, so it makes him more aero. It's gonna be my race team right here, my own personal race team over here. So So this is a new loft that we just built. Those are the, huh? Yeah, those are the fancy birds. As soon as we see them in the sky when they come from the race, we throw them on the landing board.
Right.
And then the bird can land right away. Here, old cocks, not very many, but
Gonna build my loft, man. It's gonna be similar to this one right here. East or west, the best of the best. I'm doing it.
last year. Right here is my young birds from this year that I'm gonna be racing.
Okay. What are your birds that you racing this year?
These right here. Off races, but they're gonna be racing here locally at the club.
Okay.
And together with the rest of those over there, so they'll at one point we'll train them all together.
When is the local club race here? When does it do that?
Old Bird is gonna start in March,
Okay.
and we fly for like 2.5 months. Right here, and they just go in right
These
away.
ones right here?
Yeah, those are the traps and the antennas right there. Everything is set up for, but some are not.
At the end?
Back in the old days, I would have said something like, just get into the club and experience everything out. But the way it is now, and so many people getting into the one-loft race, just make sure you get some good blood, man.
Right.
Good family pigeons that they're winning for other people.
Right.
Just go straight with that. Don't lose your time.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing. I say that if you just want to get something that bloodline that is winning for other people and bring them in, and if you're thinking about the one-loft race, then
Yeah, definitely wall off.
if you were doing something like club racing, that would be totally different. But I still would tell you go get some good family of birds
Right.
to do it to start with, because
I got birds from.
it cuts down the process of experience your own, all that genetics,
Right.
I got birds from Aztec,
He's got great
Ken
birds.
Easley,
Great birds.
Big Andy, Otto, and that's it.
Read them and
I don't know. I can't say everybody because Aztec and Ken Easy both got high, real nice birds. I think Ken Easy got a real strict program breeding. Like he don't have a lot of birds. He got a real strict. He only breed out of certain pairs. I think
I'm gonna tell you, man, A-Stack he was the hottest loft in America
last year.
Yes,
And he
sir.
doing good this year.
Yeah, he's doing good.
So both of the birds.
Yesterday, his pigeon scored first at the
His
Hoosier.
wife.
At the Hoosier.
Yeah, the pigeon he won first place Hoosier. I have the nest mate. The pigeon Aztec won second place Victoria Falls Super Ace. I have the nest mate. So I know. I didn't lose on that. I made sure I got that.
At the international one-loft race, or the big race that the pigeons go on sale on the auctions, you as an owner, if you have a pigeon that is in the top, whatever they sell for, you only pay 50% of that sale. So if you buy a pigeon that is your own bird, then you will pay 50% of the sales. Yes, to have a race every 7 days. Yeah.
Right.
But we gotta always got a different plan. You know what I'm saying?
And so everybody do that.
see a
Most
fluff?
in the rest of them?
Back in the land, they start getting together. And,
That's crazy.
but the only thing, that's the only way you can get them. That's how you keep them in condition. They do a contract with the race where they're gonna be selling the winners through their site.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And that's how they get.
Oh, so that's how like when you send your bird off for training, people get the training data every day through people.
Wing Companion.
all the results is on the website. So
Wing Companion.
Yeah, it's here it's on Wing Companion.
What's the deal? It's Westmont Performance Loft Bridge, man. We here at my man Johnny's Black Gold Race, man. It's a beautiful, beautiful program being ran right here, man. Westmont Performance had to come check it out, man. Kind of let the people know, exactly the whole process between the race and the training, the feed schedule, how he get the birds in top performance shape in order to be able to do his races. As you can see, this is what's going on. Right now, he got the birds out on an hour of training, a free fly, conditioning. The birds is looking fantastic. As you can see, they're flying past. They doing what they're supposed to do. And I want to give a shout out to Johnny from Black Gold Race for letting Westmont Performance come through to get this, one-of-a-kind vibe. You know what I'm saying? And get to see it in person. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot of Westmont Performance, man.
Hey man, Westmont Performance, we showed up 7 o'clock, man, the clouds were still on the ground, you know what I'm saying? They had to let the crowd rise and clear the skies and let the birds out, get them some conditioning training. This is no play. This is one of the best of the best guys in the game, you know what I'm saying? He showed us his birds, he showed us how he runs his program, he showed us how he conditions the birds, showed us how he separates them, you know what I'm saying? Showed us how he feeds them, clean them, showed us the computer work on how he puts everything in the systems and scan the birds in as they comes into the loft. It's no play, best of the best from the east to the west. Check in.
Hey, we can get at this shit or what? Hey, man, we got the birds in the back, you know what I'm saying? We got black gold race, you know what I'm saying? As you can see, my man 100 Grand, he on the top of the loft, and he, you know, keeping the birds from coming home so they can keep conditioning, you know what I'm saying? He got a strict conditioning program. He want to make sure they condition for a certain amount of time. So you got his brother up there keeping the birds away from the loft until it's time for them to come to the loft, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we learn something new every day. A whole lot of Westmont Performance.
Hey, we learn something new every day, man. We woke up to learn a lot today, you know what I'm saying? We seen a whole bunch of birds, over 1,400 birds in conditioning right now, you know what I'm saying? They flying all over. We learning the program, we learning how to do races, we learning how to condition birds, we learning how to keep birds home, and we learned some feed today, you know what I'm saying? We learned a lot. Subscribe to the channel, Westmont Performance, 30Rich YouTube channel. Make sure you stay in tune with what's going on. This is the best of the best from the east to the west. He showed us $1 million worth of merchandise and $1 million worth of income in these birds. No play, best genetics.
And we got birds flying all around, man. You know the truth, you know that. No, we got birds flying all around, you know, as you can see. They conditioning, they looking good. They circling how they supposed to. We don't see no hawks out, so you know they safely conditioning. This is the type of race and program that Westmont Performance would be allowed to be a part of. His next time he would be Johnny for Black Gold Race. His next time that he would be accepting birds would be March of 2023. Westmont Performance will be racing Black Gold Race March 2023. I want to give a shout out to Johnny for allowing us to come here to see, you know, live how he trains them, how he conditions them, how they're living. You know, with that being said, you know, I feel very, very comfortable sending my birds here. Man, shout out to Johnny from Black Gold Race. How loud? Yeah. I need you in the video. Yeah. How you doing, man? It's Rich from Westmont Performance, man. I want to give a shout out to my man Johnny from Black Gold Race for allowing us to get a chance to come see it. You know what I'm saying? I love the way he conditions the birds. I love the way he keeps his birds. I love the way he runs his very strict program. You know, this is the type of one-loft race that Westmont Performance Loft would like to be a part of. The next time Johnny will be accepting birds for the Black Gold Race will be March 2023, and Westmont Performance will be a part of that. I want to thank Johnny for giving us the opportunity to come see it live and, you know, catch this ultimate vibe. You know what I'm saying?
East to the west, best of the best, man. Best genetics. Tap in, you won't regret it. Invest Westmont Performance, Black Gold Race. No play, man. The best of the best from the east to the west, 2,000 birds in the Black Gold Race, man. See the number, you see the sign. Black Gold Race, no play, 30Rich. Again, we're showing you guys the whole programming of racing pigeons. Make sure you tap in and understand Westmont Performance on YouTube, 30Rich on YouTube if you want to get the knowledge and the information to fly these pigeons, race these pigeons, win companion.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate you guys for coming by, and then thanks a lot, both of you guys, or all of you guys, the cameraman too, right here. So, Black Gold Race, we start accepting birds in March 2023, and we're gonna be set up for taking in 2,000 birds. So, everybody, just come my way. Come my way.
Come my way. Come my way.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you.
So what we're doing here, we're gonna set up the system so when the birds come in, they can trap, and then this whole system records all the birds and then send it to the website, to the wing companion, and to the benzene one-loft race. My clock is right here, and then I'll reset it for new training. All right. So first of all, I gotta open up benzene. You can see one-loft race, and we'll close this training. Just say stop, we close it. This, and then we're gonna generate a new one. So I just call it loft fly for today. And today is 10/16, 2020. Say training, birds flying here at the loft. We'll set up the date. We just say 8 o'clock. And this is the distance. They're not flying any distance, so we just put one. We'll publish it to the website, to the internet. And then this is just a whole program that we gotta. So now, this is ready for scanning, right here. So I set that clock on training mode. Take a few seconds. Once it's set up, then there's another process that I got to do, which is going to the Wing Companion. So it's two. We're dealing with two systems here. So now we go to Wing Companion, and I just open up the Wing Companion. Okay. I go to my website, BGR. And I go into my my account system, and I just create a new race, which is today is a new training. So, and right here we're gonna scan that. Actually, benzene gives me this number. Put it into Wing Companion, from benzene to Wing Companion. So it's a little process that you got to do. So call loft fly. Today's date, the time that we let them out, 8 o'clock. We let them out here at Waller, so it's and then we just generate a new training. So okay, so now the whole system is set up for the birds to come in. So once the birds come in and they hit the antenna pad, as soon as the first one they punch in is going to be in there.
When they coming in, you be having to deal with that bird shit dropping on you when they come in.
Sometimes you get hit.
I'm gonna stand where he's standing there. He don't get hit that much. All right.
John, you think we should get back? Go back over there?
Yeah, he got hit, yeah.
You got hit.
Bro, it was on my arm, everything, bro.
Oh, it was on your arm too?
Yeah, that's why I took my
Is that everything out here? Oh, no, that ain't.
See that roof structure, I'm going to change that. I'm going to make it more pointy like this here. People can land on the roof. That's going to keep it more. I got it. Somebody
And I was gonna order it before even out of that one. That's good. One day I eat that guy. It's Andy used to have that here. All right, right now you're looking at the birds going in, man. They landed from training condition. You're scanning right now. Live. This is live right here on the website of Benzene. You know what I'm saying? They scanning, letting everybody know who sent birds. The times of coming in and letting them know that they have arrived. Everybody that's sent birds here for the race and the training is on Wind Companion and Benzene right now. The birds are landing back in their cages. They're coming in through the top. As you can hear it dinging, they mean they're coming through the scanner. See the scanners? These are the wires for the scanners. The birds are coming in right on top of this roof. As they coming in, it's calculate each one that's coming in and scanning their band. You know what I'm saying? We at the Black Gold race, we learning and getting the knowledge and looking at some of the best genetics and learning who sent birds here. And you know what I'm saying? Studying this background of race of pigeons. You know what I'm saying? We're learning the genetics, we're learning how to race. Eventually we'll have our own races. So we're learning what it takes and what's he got going on, you know what I'm saying, to run a race. Run a race. His own race, Black Gold race, you know what I'm saying, Westmont Performance, we do our footwork every day. No play, man. We're looking at it, we're learning it, we're listening to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a great student and I'm also a great teacher, you know what I'm saying? So do not play with 30Rich ever again. New franchisee, Westmont Performance, man. He locked in, loaded, got his franchise, you know what I'm saying? He's now part of the guy, Westmont Performance Racing Loft.
You know what I'm saying? So let me tell you what happened.
Oh yeah, the whole thing.
My man had the Fort Worth, you know what I'm saying? And then my man, you know what I'm saying, invested and got the half of the business. Then my man came and took the Fort Worth, you know what I'm saying? So that's my man, you know what I'm saying, Westmont Performance Fort Worth, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be tripping on him about the Fort Worth.
Hey, look, I ain't tripping. Look at what's going on and understand what's going on here. We at the Black Gold race, training birds are flying in, they getting scanned. This is live training performance right now. No play, east to the west, the best of the best. We woke up at 7 in the morning when the clouds were still on the ground, doing the footwork, learning the knowledge and learning the genetics of what's going on really. Learning who's sending birds and why they sending birds and how they performing around here. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get the shit in order.
And another thing too, my man, this is first time even seeing the birds, dealing with the birds. My man done got a franchise like this week, 2-3 days later, he already at the man house. Johnny from Black Gold Race, he's seeing it live in person. You know what I'm saying? He learned from some of the best. You know, this man been breeding pigeons and racing pigeons for 20 years. And, you know, my man been in the game for a week and he got right over here. So we connecting the dots, you know, meeting with the right people to, you know, make it make sense. A lot of Westmont Performance.
Yes, sir, man. I've been here for a couple hours, man. I feel like I got a whole 2-3 years worth of game, man. So I definitely appreciate y'all for bringing me in, man. I definitely appreciate you, Johnny, for having us, man. And, you know, we're going to go over from here. I'm Trey Black. Follow me at Black Rose Kennels 817. You know, it's just like that.
Stay on the roof. If you circling the block.
God right now.
Now cut that on, the heart coming.
That's crazy.
You gonna be shooting the hawks down?
They better go in the house. Why they rock them like a brick?
For real.
Right. Down there real quick, huh?
You think it's time still going or? With him, you know, we charge people one cock, one hen. I have my tax lady. I let them know everything I'm doing as I go.
And two.
Cameraman, you want a cap?
Thank you.
Hey, you want a cap?
Put mine on for the video.
You don't?
I'll let somebody wear it.
Let's put it on. Let me see what you like with hat on.
How much you want for a shirt? You got a medium? Got a medium shirt?
Like coat.
You like you a fisher.
What color? Black
Man,
or white?
I know how to wear hats, man. It's a whole lot of black gold going on, man.
Yeah, white.
White?
You know the truth? Man, shout out my man Johnny, Black Gold Race, man. Is a wonderful fella with a wonderful breeding program, with a wonderful racing program. Black Gold Race, Johnny, man. Hold on, where's my performance? Yo. I look like this on a song with 30 now, huh?
Yeah.
That's a harsh black.
Deal.
We appreciate it. How much you want for your shirt?